I can't believe this. This is so cool. One of the coolest beaches we've ever been to for sure. We're gonna dig a hole with this shovel we got.
Hot water beach is not a tourist trap. It's not a myth. It's real. It's actual warm water.
Alright, welcome back to the channel. I'm Trey, this is Taylor, and we have a really fun day ahead of us. We're in the North Island of New Zealand, and we're starting the day by going to a world famous beach called Cathedral Cove. This beach is so famous because it was featured in the Chronicles of Narnia. It was shown in a really cool scene in that movie. It is a very popular spot. I think I read last night that it has like 50,000 people coming to it every year. So because of how popular it is, we are here just after 7 a.m. and we're gonna be one of the first people there, hopefully. The walk is along the coastline. It's supposed to be really beautiful. After we finish up at Cathedral Cove, we're going to go to a beach where the water is hot, like a hot tub, like really hot, like more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Apparently, if you go at low tide, you can go and dig a hole in the sand and create your own little hot tub. High tide is at 11, so we have a couple hours to burn until then. So let's get started on this walk. There's already a whole bunch of other people. I guess if you want to really get this place to yourself, you gotta get up at 4 or 5. Look at that. Jeez, that is so pretty. Most of this walk has turned out to just be paved. I think it's about 1.5 miles, and there's a bit of elevation gain, but it's not too bad. One thing we've noticed in New Zealand is that they underdescribe their hikes like crazy. We've done so many walks here, and we'll read online. It says it's just like super easy hike. They're not like that bad, but they're not the way they described them. This one has been uphill the entire time.
Do not underestimate New Zealand. Not at all.
Not in any way.
Not in any way.
You got the cave? No way.
That's crazy. If anybody knows what Narnia is, it literally just looks just like that. Like those people standing right there.
We made it down to Cathedral Cove and it's absolutely nuts. The cave is giant.
You could land a small plane in here.
You really could.
Yeah. And also there's like a super beautiful beach just right next to it.
This would be worth the hike if it was just for the rock stack over there or over here. Like this is...
Whoa, looks like there's another cave over there. See that to the left?
This place is crazy. I can't believe this. This is so cool. Gosh, I just... can't believe this place exists. I think we'll hang out for a little bit. We need to be at Hot Water Beach in about 2 hours, and the walk takes about 45 minutes. So we've honestly got an hour to hang out. I think that the Narnia scene was filmed like right here. They were all like standing right there. It's a cool shot. I need to go watch the movie again so I can really remember what exactly happens. I don't remember right now, but I remember it being a cool shot, and it's been years since I've seen it, but I definitely remember thinking that the area was just like crazy cool. So if you don't want to do this hike, the only other way to get to the beach is you can take a boat. It looks like there's a boat and a jet ski out here. You can also rent kayaks. So there's a lot of ways to get here, but none of them are driving. And I think that's really cool. That's something cool about New Zealand. A lot of places aren't very accessible, which is a pro and a con, but the cool thing is that it keeps them very well preserved. Like this area feels very untouched. There's no garbage. There's no shops and lemonade stands and things that kind of take away from the natural beauty. It's really cool how New Zealand keeps it pretty, they keep it pretty natural here. place is nuts. We're just walking out down to the other side, and I think this beach would be seriously so cool and worth the hike even if it didn't have the cave, just for this really cool rock formation back there. Okay, so we've spent a whole bunch of time down here at Cathedral Cove, and we think it's like one of the coolest beaches we've ever been to for sure.
It is so pretty in like every direction.
So right now it is about 9:20 and the walk will take us about 40 minutes. We want to go grab some food and then we want to get set up to get started at Hot Water Beach. So before we get started, we're gonna have to go find a shovel somewhere to dig a hole, and I actually have no idea where to do that. So
yeah.
We'll head over to the area and we'll solve that problem first of all. So as we're walking off of this trail, we're seeing a lot of people. So if you ever come here, definitely come early because you'll share the beach with a couple hundred people probably.
I really like the beaches here. They're so nice.
Almost back to the car.
We're trucking. We got, how many minutes do we gotta? All right, 45 minutes. We just found this little brunch spot. It's called Little Blue Kitchen just down the road, and we're just grabbing something to eat before we head over to Hot Tub Beach.
This place is like super good. So if you're ever in the area, you go to Cathedral Cove, come here after. Really good.
You ever dug a hole on a beach and sat on it?
We're headed to Hot Water Beach, and surprisingly, it's like in the middle of nowhere.
New Zealand is so interesting with its landscapes. It kind of just seems like we're in the middle of a field right now, and we are not far at all from the ocean. And on the way here, we like drove through some mountains.
The beaches are the same as Hawaii, but then when you get from one beach to another, it looks like you're driving through Idaho.
Yeah.
There's no parking so far, and we just kind of saw an overlook of the beach, and it is packed. There are so many people down there. Usually we're able to kind of beat the crowds by going super early in the morning to places, but here you can only access the area that has the hottest water during low tide. So we kind of have no choice to come super early. You kind of just have to come at 11. And it is a Saturday in the middle of summer. So it's the perfect recipe for a very busy beach. So we found a parking spot a little bit far away from the beach, and we realized we forgot to go get a shovel. So we're gonna walk into what looks like some buildings and see if we can rent a shovel from them. But we should have been a little bit more prepared and come with a shovel.
Where would we have gotten a shovel? Like
That's
you
a good
don't like. Why are
question.
you saying that like so nonchalant? Like we should have came with our. We should have brought our shovel.
Okay, so we're walking down to the beach, and so what we're gonna do once we get there is we're gonna dig a hole with this shovel we got. Apparently, once you dig far enough, it will start filling up with really hot thermal water, and it'll fill up our hole, and we should be able to get inside of it, and it should be really hot. I've heard that it's even hot enough that you're supposed to bring a bucket so that you can go grab some ocean water and pour it into your little hot tub to cool the water down to a comfortable temperature. And to be honest, I'm a little bit skeptical of this. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me that this could work, but everybody does it, so it must work. The busyness level is not ideal, but you can't expect it not to be busy when it's such a cool thing. So I'm gonna take this spot right here, and we're gonna just start digging. And I think because we're far back, we might have to dig a little bit farther than most people, but I like digging holes. So far I've been digging for a good amount of time, got a decent hole, and I finally hit the water, but the only problem is that the water's cold. I thought it was supposed to be hot water. Maybe if I keep going deeper it'll get hotter. I dug a hole and the water was still cold, so we're abandoning my hole. And we're gonna go try one of the bigger holes and see if those ones are warm.
I've had a bunch of people come step in our hole and like knock a bunch of sand in it. So we're gonna go try the big one. A little bit less work. And already the tide's rising and like washing so much of it away. So we're gonna be fast. I'm gonna go try this out.
We have to test if this hot water beach is really a thing. We might be myth busting right now. It's actually warm.
Yeah, it's actually warm. The ones back there that we tried out, those were cold. This must be the thermal area right here. As you can see, the tide is rising really fast, and so all the cold water keeps pouring in. Hot water beach is not a tourist trap. It's not a myth. It's real. It's actual warm water. That's crazy.
We didn't get the hot tub experience we were hoping for, but we at least got to see that this is real. The hot water exists. I got to dig a hole, had a good time. Right as soon as we got over to put our feet in and feel that the water was really hot, the wave came and crashed on it. So it's no longer hot water, the tide's getting too high. There is our hot water beach experience.
I mean, this is fun. There's so many people here doing this. Everybody's having a blast. So many little kids just like making a huge mud mess.
Please guys, go let us know in the comments what we did wrong and what we should have done differently to make our hot water beach experience more successful. Yeah. Hey guys, we want to take a really quick break from the video. We are back here in Idaho, so incredibly far from the beaches of New Zealand, but really quick we want to show you something we just got that we are very excited about. Alright guys, so this is the BK11M e-bike from Hitway, and I am honestly so hyped about this thing. So the coolest thing about this bike is that it's completely foldable. Taylor and I have wanted to have an e-bike to take on road trips for such a long time, but the problems have always been just too big to get them. They're so expensive, and we don't have a truck or a trailer or any way to transport bikes. But then we found these bikes from Hitway that are completely foldable, and we can fit 2 of them in the back of our car. So this has a 750 watt motor, it can hit 20 miles an hour, and the battery's removable, which is actually a really cool feature for us because that means that when we're road tripping and we're staying in hotels or Airbnbs, we can take out the battery and then take it inside and charge it without having to bring the whole bike inside of a hotel. In full electric mode, it'll go 25 to 30 miles in range. If you're using the pedal assist mode, it can get up to like 75 miles. And it also comes at a fraction of the price of most e-bikes we've seen on the market. So we'll drop a link in the description with our code so you can go check out their website. You're definitely gonna see a whole lot of these bikes this summer as we take them on some awesome road trips we already have planned. So now let's get back to the video.
Okay, so after a hot water beach, we went back to our Airbnb and got some work done. Now we're heading to this really pretty spot for our sunset. We're going to do this little hike, this overlooking a bay. I'm really excited. It looks so pretty.
This is a hike where the instructions are not very clear on how you do it. Online, I really couldn't find much information, so we're kind of just winging it, and hopefully we can make it up there before sunset.
That's not a stream, that's a river.
Yeah, so there is a stream crossing. However, there's the stream. That does not look very crossable. And I think that the goal of this hike is to get up on the top of that.
And the hike just starts right from this beach. There's not really doesn't really say anywhere to go. It doesn't even say there's a hike back there at the parking lot, so we're just trying to figure it out. But this is not a stream. That is a river.
I don't know if we could cross that, man.
I'm not that good of a swimmer. We all know that.
In the research I did when making our itinerary here in New Zealand, I kind of thought that the South Island is the pretty island and the North Island is where there's a lot more culture and big cities and things like that. But I've been so surprised these past couple days seeing how beautiful the North Island is. I mean, the South Island is beautiful too. So I think if you're making an itinerary, you need to leave enough time for both. Don't give all your time for one and only a day or two for the other right before you fly out of Auckland or something. Another cool thing about the North Island that I did not expect is that it's like look, this amazing beach, not a single other person on this amazing beach. North Island is where it's at. The river down here is a lot more manageable. I was getting worried about the one back there. There's supposed to be a break in the trees somewhere where a path starts. I'm not seeing it. Down the rocks more? I guess it keeps going that way.
Everybody in the vlogs know that I'm pretty clumsy.
You're not clumsy.
I slip a lot.
You're just light on your feet. Dang. This is just a really long walk on these rocks. I don't know if Taylor's up for it. She really doesn't like these rocky areas like this. I think she's twisted her ankle on some of these before or something, because she doesn't really like walking on rocks like this. And it goes a really long ways. And I finally just found the start of the path. So I'll go back and let her know where the path is. She wanted to wait and find out how far it is.
I'm gonna try. This is tough.
She's gonna give it a try, and we're just gonna hope that we can get up there while there's still enough light to see the view. You can't tell how steep this is on video, but it's pretty steep. We thought we were just coming for a nice little sunset walk up to a pretty viewpoint, but it's a little more than we were asking for. Somehow I always get Taylor in these scary hiking situations, and I don't mean to. It just keeps happening.
You have to be really, really, really careful. And, okay, I'm like about to hyperventilate a little bit. And this is the trail. And that is thousands of feet straight down, and it's so windy. I've been walking for 2 hours in the dark down a cliff. And this is by far the hardest thing that I have ever done.
I think we'll head back and just enjoy the sunset from that beach down there. Man, what a funny day. All my plans, go to the hot tub beach, sit in a hot tub for a couple hours, and then come do this amazing sunset walk up to a pretty viewpoint. Kind of killing it today. Yeah, things just weren't working out like how I planned, but that's the way it goes sometimes when you're traveling. And never underestimate New Zealand. You never know how things are gonna be until you're there. So plans have got to stay flexible. Let me go first, babe.
Be so careful, please. Sometimes Trey picks hikes for us, and sometimes this is the trail.
Good job. Good job.
Wow, this is freaking
This
tough.
is crazy. New Zealand is nuts. Never trust anything you read about hikes or drives or literally anything. They will under-describe everything. Nice. Okay, we might have just learned that the trailhead was really just a little bit farther forward, and what we just did wasn't even the hike. So that was just dumb. Okay, so we abandoned the hike and ended up just watching the sunset out here on the rocks, and it was so beautiful. Way out there, you can see a huge fire burning on the coastline. We actually, as we were driving here, we saw a whole bunch of helicopters carrying water to go dump it on a fire. And then now we can actually like see the flames. It's not that far away.
That's crazy.
It looks like it's burned up so much. At the time of shooting this video, California is kind of on fire, which is pretty close to where we live back home. So kind of crazy seeing a fire right now. After seeing everything on the news about what's going on there.
Yeah, we've been in New Zealand this whole time, so we've just seen like all these pictures and stuff.
Really hoping everything's okay with that and it doesn't get as bad as the California fires are. But anyways, today was a really awesome day. Thanks for coming along with us. We're trying to balance on the rocks. Thanks for coming along with us. We had a really fun day in the North Island. I think that the moral of today, the lesson to be learned, is that things don't always work out how You hope that they will. The hot water beach wasn't super hot, and this hike was crazy. Don't trust Instagram, don't trust people's blogs telling you about the hikes here because they under-describe them, and that was...
They are no joke.
What I had read had me under the impression that that was just a quick little walk, no big deal. So make sure you do a lot of research before you make your plans, and when you do make your plans, make sure that you're flexible and that you're okay with things not going how you expected.
Either way, if your plans work or they don't work out, New Zealand is so beautiful. You are just bound to find something really cool to do or really pretty to look at. It is so amazing here. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.